Gee, you never guess who I saw the other day?
Who, girl? Who?
Do you remember the girl we saw the other day near Asta?
Oh my, is everyone with a smelly breath?
Yes, girl, she was doing bare loads of nonsense, showing off and that.
So how do you think the person that you're talking about feels? So in this video, I'm going to give you 4 reasons why you shouldn't gossip and how to stop. My number 1 reason on why you should stop gossiping is put yourself in the other person's shoes, the person that you're talking about. How do you think they will feel when they hear all the comments that's coming from your mouth? How do you think they will feel? You might not know the full story about what's going on in their life. You might not know exactly what happened on that day that you're talking about, that situation that happened that you're talking about. It might be Chinese whispers. You might have heard it from someone else, and then you come and say it to a friend or a family member, not knowing the full story. The person that told you might have actually heard it from someone, and then the story's been changed from the beginning to when it got to you. So you might not actually know the full story, and then you're saying something about someone that will upset them because they trust you as a friend, or if they don't know you, they're going to be thinking, why are you talking about me when you don't even know the full story? How do you think that person feels? So always try to put yourself in the person that you're talking about shoes, because they might not appreciate what you're saying. Imagine if it were happening to you. Wouldn't you want people to know the full story? Wouldn't you want people to have compassion towards you and not actually say things about you that they don't even know? My second tip on why you should not gossip is the Chinese whispers. I've already mentioned this in my first tip, but I wanted to elaborate even more because the importance of Chinese whispers is, from the beginning of a story might be the truth. By the time it gets to the end, it will be a completely different story. So you might be the one that actually received the message at the end, and you're basically receiving the full story of what happened in the beginning. So you might be actually informing other people a lie, telling them a lie that you don't even know exactly what happened. So you're lying about the person, you're gossiping about the person. How do you think that person's going to feel when they hear that? How do you think they're going to feel when someone says to you, so-and-so said this about you, and they're going to be like, what? This didn't even happen. Why are they lying about me when they don't even know anything? When they don't even know the full story? So just put yourself in that person's shoes and think, if this was me, how would I feel? So my third reason on why you should not gossip. So can you imagine the person that you're going to tell this story to? Imagine how they are actually feeling about you while you're telling that story to them. They might be thinking, oh wow, if this guy is telling me this story about this person, what are they saying about me to other people? So it's going to bring distrust between you. That person might actually become more wary around you by not telling you exactly what's going on in their life, because they're scared, worried that you're actually going to tell that to other people. So you're not actually only gossiping about someone else, not knowing exactly the full story, but you're actually affecting your own character. You're actually making your own character look bad to other people, because they're going to start distrusting you and thinking you're just a gossiper. You gossip about other people, so they won't want to trust you and tell you any information about their life. So it's really important to actually think before you take this action, because you never know how it's going to impact the people around you, the person that you're gossiping about and the person that you're informing about the gossip. So I've left the most important reason for last, the Islamic view on gossiping. So Islamic view on gossiping is, if you gossip about someone, you're literally giving them your good deed. So can you imagine you're doing good things, praying, fasting, and then you go and gossip about someone, you're giving them all that effort, that good deeds to them. So I'm not saying that, okay, you don't want to be compassionate and actually wish the best for that person. But if you're trying to become a better character by praying, by fasting, so you can get good deed, what's the point of just giving it out? Giving it out to someone as if it's a free gift. So gossiping is one of those things that can easily take away your your good deeds. You're going to be giving it to someone else. So I would really recommend not gossiping in the first place. So now we are at the best part of the video on how to stop gossiping. So I've given you 4 valid reasons on why you shouldn't gossip. Now I want to give you advice on how to stop gossiping. Number 1 is having awareness. So having awareness is knowing what is gossip. So saying anything bad about someone is basically gossip. You don't know the truth, you don't know the facts, you don't know how that person's gonna feel, so you're basically gossiping about them. Insulting them is slander, even worse. So having awareness of what is gossip, what is slander, and what situations you'll be in that will prompt you to gossip even more, which friends are affecting you even more to gossip. And just knowing maybe you might be the one that gossip a lot. So just knowing that, okay, am I the one that gossip a lot, or is this person encouraging me to gossip even more? Putting yourself in that situation, having awareness, knowing, okay, if this is the case, how am I going to prevent myself from gossiping? So how do you prevent yourself? One of the best thing I do is, if I'm in a situation where I know there's going to be a lot of gossip, or this person is talking about someone, I just try to walk away as fast as possible. I just try to leave a situation as fast as possible. If it means by we're all in the living room, everyone is chatting, I'll go to the kitchen and make myself a drink, or go and wash the dishes.
Dab on them.
To avoid myself from gossiping. Or you can easily speak to them and just tell them the truth on how you feel about gossiping. Just inform them that, please, the person that you're talking about, you might not even know the truth. You might not even know the full story of what happened that day. So have awareness. Just know that gossiping is no good thing. You're giving away your good deeds and you're bringing a bad reputation to that person. So it would be really lovely if you could stop talking about that person in the first place. Let's change the topic. Just be nice. Just talk to them in a manner that you would want to be spoken to, by informing them, giving them awareness on why gossiping is so bad. And one of the hardest part on how to stop gossiping, I would say, is if you've actually gossiped about someone that is close to you, put yourself in that uncomfortable environment, uncomfortable situation, by actually approaching them and said, oh, I heard this and this and that about you, and I said this and this and that about you. I really wanted to say I'm sorry for what I said, and because I want to stop gossiping as well and know the full story. That's why I've approached you, so I can inform you of what's happening behind your back. And that person will be so grateful. They'll actually tell you exactly what happened. Or even if they don't tell you exactly what happened, at least they will trust you a little bit more. They will see that your intention was good. You actually aim to be a good friend. That's why you came to tell them in the first place. That's one of the hardest, I would say, hardest things on how to stop gossiping, because at the end of the day, no one likes to be in a hard situation to actually be able to admit their faults. No one likes to say sorry. But it's really important to be able to admit this, because it gives you that more awareness, it gives you that strength. So try to avoid that situation more, so you won't have to actually go and approach that person and admit your wrongs to them. And if you don't know the person that's been gossiping about that much, maybe just try to correct the story by saying to the person that's gossiping about them, I don't know the full story, so I'm not going to contribute to this gossip. I don't like gossip, and just walk away. I'm sure that person, if they trust you, if they're a good friend, they'll just stop gossiping and change the topic as soon as possible. If they're not a good friend, then you know. Thank you so much for watching my video, guys. I hope I didn't step on any toes. That's not my intention. My intention is just to bring awareness and actually help and give advice on how we can actually stop this gossiping, because we might not see the effect of it, because it's literally become the norm in our environment. Just to talk about someone, you'll be talking about someone, I'm just saying the truth, but you don't actually know what happened. And you might have been there, and actually you're actually saying fact, but at the same time you're saying things about that person is not going to like. You're insulting them, you're going to add your own pepper to it. So it's like, if you can avoid it, just avoid it. If it's not going to be for a reason of actually benefiting the other person and actually just giving them awareness of, okay, this is how this person is. I would highly recommend you avoiding that. For example, if they're doing a financial deal or something like that, if it's not for that reason, I would highly recommend just try to prevent yourself from gossiping as much as possible. Because at the end of the day, it's a good benefit for yourself, it's a good benefit for people around you, and you'll be able to focus on the things that's actually important. So thank you so much, guys, for watching my video. I hope you have a lovely day.